What challenges do you face as a woman living with albinism?
Point of correction, the language in the disability world keeps changing. People with albinism.
Thank you so much for that correction.
You know, for everyone else out there.
So it's people with albinism.
Yes.
So what challenges do the women with albinism face?
Correct.
Thank you so much for that.
Correct. So as a woman with albinism, yes, with all the other gender issues that there are, I face peculiar issues. Most of us face sexual abuse. This is a myth that is very absurd, that we cure HIV/AIDS.
Is that so?
And how I find that really violence against women,
That's sexual violence.
Sexual violence.
Yes.
It's not against men.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, that's the ironic bit.
Why is that the case?
I don't know, it's a myth. When you have canon knowledge of a woman with albinism, then you get HIV, you get healed. How dumb can that be? But not the man.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So it is very... girls have been raped because of that myth. I know someone who got HIV/AIDS by a man testing out that myth and promised to give them 50,000. Do you see how the economic issue comes in? So this person had never seen 50,000.
How is it with people with albinism? Are they accepted freely into the workspace? Do they easily have access to finance in the event that they want to start up a business? Maybe if you're not been accepted in the workspace, let me start a business. And even when they start a business and they put it up, do people actually recognize that this is also a person trying to make a living?
Thank you so much. And alluding to the economic violence, it again gets to even the spouse. Let me begin at family level. I love the family because it's the foundation. We've had a number of our girls, not many, that have had spouses. And that is another thing altogether. The few that have, it's like the men are helping them. So even if this woman in this relationship has many of them have not really been able to get an education, to get those jobs. But even in the informal sector, someone can earn a living. But they have this little money that they've acquired, the man simply takes it, you know, without remorse or anything. Then two, the acceptance that you talked about. When we were together the other time, and one of the girls, the women there, had a kiosk at a certain school. It took the school administration to intervene because people felt, what Dorcas has touched, I can't touch. Who will eat her food stuff, you know? So you find that really absurd, you know? And one of us was employed in a restaurant, and they had to tell her, we are sorry, because customers can't come because you are here, they can't eat that food that you've touched. So economically, someone is disadvantaged just because of the way they look, you know, and does not stop at that level of this woman whose education level is low, but even to the high end. We have a medical officer who was denied a job because of his skin color. Well, as time can have it, the albinism umbrella, we do our best to get, let me use the word fish, whoever it is that we've seen has risen in the rank. Today, one of our board members, Dr. Isaac Chadze, is at Nakasero Hospital. You know?
I had the privilege of meeting him, and he's a brilliant mind. He is.
I will just take you back to the themes that we follow at Albinism Umbrella. They're basically four, where we have health as the main one. You will so know why we have social justice, and that's the relationship we have with barefoot law. We have livelihood, like you've seen, all that we do. Without livelihood, it will be futile. You know, the economic muscle answers a big portion of the rights abuse that we have.
One of the issues is the right to health. Could you, in this country also, is that a right that should be enjoyed or must be enjoyed?
The right to health is so fundamental in all human rights, if I can say. I want to coin the other right to life in there. Because some of the things that we are facing is our right to health is compromised. If someone feels they want to be rich and they come for your hand, you understand?
Yes.
Now when it gets to health, we already are disadvantaged by the health challenges we so face. That my skin on the African continent is not comfortable.
Yes.
We have the sun 365 days, for us in Uganda. And that comes with skin cancer. The more exposure I get to the sun, I get cancer.
Okay.
And over 80% of our people with albinism are dying because of skin cancer. Actually, the deaths, 80%
Our skin cancer.
skin cancer cases.
It's
Very
unfortunate.
sad,
Yeah,
it?
It's very unfortunate.
And speaking to what we've done, we felt there is no better way to do this but getting to the ministry itself. It makes life easier when you have the ministry tell the DHO and all these people to behave.
As albinism umbrella, the things that affect mothers, we know them. What about the things that affect mothers with albinism?
The challenges they face, again, begin by just being a woman. You may want to bring life. I call it may. Not every woman desires to give birth. Yes. You have had your child. It's funny. I'm a mother now. I know that this stigma is for me, for my child, from neighborhood. It's huge. Like the whole community. So that is a child of the other woman with albinism.
Yes.
So even our children are facing discrimination and stigma because of who we are. Now, should a man dare, I call it dare, get the wife with albinism, when there are other women,
The stigma is now. Yeah.
but I am a woman.
If I were to come from a legal perspective, our constitution, its tenets speak to non-discrimination on the basis of gender, on the basis of color. You see, all these things. And one of the biggest things the Constitution talks about that it also imported from the basic, from the foundation of human rights is dignity. You have spoken about dignity, and everything you're talking about pains me because it is speaking to someone, first of all, failing in humanity, failing to understand that dignity is something that should be accorded to everyone else.
So we need your voice out there to speak about the injustices against us. And I also want to sound this for the laws.
Yes.
I'm in the law house, so to speak, We have a witchcraft law, 1957. We thank God it's there, but it is so weak. And then our officers. Let me give you an example of the context in which this comes.
Okay.
If I went to police and reported that I have been to a salon and somebody wants my hair, he would be like, but what's wrong with you? To me, you want my hair, tomorrow you are taking the leg.
Yes.
Yes. It is so naively perceived, but we've had this. So if I go to the law and ask for protection, please understand. My message of hope for every girl, every woman with albinism, do not fear. Do not fear and stand up for your rights. There is space. People will listen. Use the slogan of the marketeers. If they are on the streets, whatever they are selling, if one does not buy, they don't go back and say they have not bought. Go to the next. If one door closes, speak up, speak up, speak up.